You're an idiot.
What?
You're an idiot.
She's the woman who always seems to be in control.
This American dream, they don't just give it to you with a big old ribbon and a bow. If we want it, we gotta take it.
Whose characters speak their minds.
To look at a thing is quite different from seeing a thing.
Very much like actress Minnie Driver herself.
Do I look like I need that?
No, God, I just...
Her portrayal of the outspoken Skylar opposite Matt Damon in the movie Good Will Hunting brought her fame and an Oscar nomination for Best Supporting Actress.
You say that you don't love me. Because if you say that, then I won't call you. And I won't be in your life.
Did you have to audition for that part?
I did, and it was an amazing audition. And the producers didn't want me at all, and it was after this audition. No, I don't think they thought I was, they didn't think I was sexy. They didn't think I was, like, you know, hot. they were probably right. I was quite, you know, I had other qualities.
One quality Minnie Driver has always had plenty of is determination. Raised in Barbados and London, she attended an English boarding school. It was there, as a teenager, she decided she wanted to act.
You started sort of envisioning all of this when you were 15? I mean, how did you...
My idea of what it was I wanted to do was to storytell, was to be a storyteller, if not like a playwright, and then be in the plays that I wrote. But I definitely designed and created the idea of being an actor really early on, yeah.
That vision generated parts on British television, and then a role as a love-struck girl in the 1995 film Circle of Friends.
I know I may look like a rhinoceros, but I've got quite a thin skin, really. Just be a bit careful with me, or I'll flatten you.
She soon decided to leave England and move to Hollywood, a move she believes was made easier by her unusual family background.
My family didn't operate in the same sort of societal norms. You know, my parents weren't married. My dad was married to somebody else who he didn't live with. But I grew up in a state of love, albeit unconventional. It was probably a really good training ground to be able to move 7,000 miles away from my home and begin a life here in an industry that people were like, are you nuts?
Clearly, she wasn't. Soon, she was getting significant roles in a string of films, from Big Night...
I don't think you know what you want.
Let me ask you a question.
All right.
...to Good Will Hunting...
Do you have a photographic memory?
Keep your feet low.
I remember.
Oh, it's been 10 years.
...to Grosse Point Blank.
Oh!
Fly. Be free.
I'm flying!
Be free.
Emancipation!
Oh, you're free.
Of course.
And while other working actresses might have taken any role that came along, she says her roles were all chosen with great care.
If I read something, I'll know immediately when I read it, can I apply myself to this? And is there enough of me that I could lend to this to make it come to life, which is what you have to do. It's just words on a page.
And you've turned down some parts when you've said, I don't think I'm going to be good at that.
Yeah, definitely. It's got to have something that alights that thing in you that makes it interesting to watch. Otherwise, you are just like pretty paint, and who the hell wants to be that? You know, I don't.
Just trust me, run after her now.
Why are you being so weird and aggressive?
God, you're such a man. Look around.
A part she definitely wanted to say yes to was her latest role on the television series About a Boy, which NBC has just renewed for a second season.
Marcus, dinner's ready.
Tell her you're busy.
In it, Driver plays the quirky single mother of an 11-year-old boy, something she's familiar with because Driver herself is a single mother, raising her 5-year-old son Henry in Los Angeles.
So how has being a mother changed you?
That whole cliche of don't sweat the small stuff. You really are too exhausted to sweat the small stuff anymore. Can't carry all that baggage. I'm carrying a diaper bag and a child. Can't carry all that other stuff as well, so... Let's just start that again. Sorry.
Spending time with 44-year-old Driver, you realize she can't sweat the small stuff. The because on top of everything else, she's a singer and songwriter. She got her first recording contract at age 19. Since then, Driver has made 2 CDs with producer and musician Mark Doc Dower. Her third CD, an album of covers of other artists' songs, comes out in September.
Are people surprised to find out that you sing?
Yeah, particularly in the beginning. There was a lot of raised eyebrows and, oh my God, this is going to be a total car wreck. And then the best thing to do was just invite people to shows and just say, okay, well, just come hear us play then. Just come. I'm not going to address any of your kind of snide-ery.
Dr. Campbell, please will you tell me what's happening?
She even lent her musical talents for the closing title song of another recent project, the independent movie Return to Zero, which aired on Lifetime in May.
Your baby's dead.
No! Come on! No!
Driver portrays a woman whose child is stillborn in the 8th month of pregnancy.
I knew it would be the hardest thing that I'd done, and it really was the very hardest job I've ever had. And I had no idea how to do it. All I could think of was just to show up and imagine. Imagine you're just going in for a regular checkup when you have a baby. You're constantly having ultrasounds, and they have a Doppler, and they find the baby's heartbeat, and you hear it, and it sounds fast, and it's cute and funny and great. How do you begin there, and you end up with the doctor looking in the eye and saying, there's no heartbeat and your baby's dead?
When the movie's producers ran out of money to complete the film, 700 families whose babies were stillborn gave money on the fundraising website Kickstarter to finish it.
It gets me emotional talking about it because no one will tell that story. I don't know, it's so strange how you can see people's heads being blown off and the kind of sexual objectification of women and all kinds of things that just, they're empty in what they're offering up out into the world. And you go and tell a story that might actually bring comfort to somebody or remind us of our humanity and how what survives of us is love. That's it. That's what we got. So when you get to do that in your job, which is as kind of sometimes superficial as being like, you know, a celebrity or an actress, that is very good news.
It seemed clear enough to me.
But Driver says it's challenges like those that fuel everything she does, from motherhood to singing to acting.
You make it sound fun.
It is fun, and it should be fun, and if it's not fun, then you're doing it wrong. And I sort of think that about life at this point. I really do. It's too short. Not enough time. It should be fun. It should all be fun.